Right now, we're learning more about what changes could be coming to the Madison Police Department after last night's City Council vote.
Plus, we're following new developments this morning from a shootout in Jefferson County that led to a house fire.
And we have clear skies once again this morning. Sun is up and warmer temperatures are in the forecast. I'll have all the details in just a few minutes.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Thank you so much for being with us, everyone. It is Wednesday, June 17th. The Madison City Council made some major decisions overnight regarding the city's police department.
One of those decisions involving a new oversight committee. The other, removing money for certain equipment for officers.
Let's get right to those breaking developments out of that meeting overnight. The city council is now taking $50,000 from the police department's budget for less lethal equipment like projectile launchers. Madison's interim police chief says that things like the launchers help reduce the chances of lethal force being used, but many spoke out against the need and use of the equipment, saying it is disproportionately used toward certain community members.
I do not in any way believe that we need to plunge any more funding into the arming of our already over-militarized police forces. This goes tenfold when taking into consideration that these weapons, yes, weapons of oppression, will be used predominantly on the black and brown members of our communities.
That resolution still allows $75,000 to be used for a generator project at the East District Police Station. The council also voted to add more oversight for the police department in the future. Christina Laurie is here with more on what alders said and what that oversight will include. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Josh, and everyone at home. City leaders are now taking the next step to create a civilian board that would oversee the Madison Police Department.
Now is the time for us to do the work of translating the language and the recommendations into law by writing ordinances and by writing budget amendments to make it real. And I urge everyone to vote for this. It's beyond time we did this.
The Common Council voted to approve a resolution that creates a 3-alder work group to push the process forward by creating ordinances, budget amendments, and identifying community organizations who can nominate board members. City leaders will appoint board members from different racial and socioeconomic backgrounds. The board's duties will be to provide input on the police chief and a yet-to-be-hired independent police monitor, as well as to make recommendations on the use of force and officer discipline. The goal is to have the 3-alder group complete their work by August and then get the board up and running by this October. So this is developing pretty quickly, Josh.
Christina Laurie live for us this morning. Christina, thank you.
City Council also introducing a proposal last night to help historically disenfranchised communities own more property. The Commercial Ownership Assistance Program establishes a forgivable loan fund to help Madison business owners transition from renting to owning their commercial property. Council President Sherry Carter called it a promising tool to support business owners of color, especially in the Park Street corridor, which she says is experiencing gentrification. The city's Economic Development Committee will take up that program idea at tomorrow's meeting.
In Milwaukee, the Common Council is urging the Police and Fire Commission to create a policy for people in custody who say, "I can't breathe." An alderman says that the resolution is in response to the deaths of George Floyd, as well as Manuel Alice, Eric Gardner, and Derek Williams, all of whom said they were having trouble breathing during interactions with police. The Milwaukee Council also approved a plan to explore cutting 10% from the police department's budget. That measure passed 13-2.
The governor of Iowa says she will sign an executive order restoring voting rights to people with past felony convictions. Iowa, currently the only state in the country that has a lifetime ban on felon voting unless they apply individually to the governor's office to have their rights restored. Statistics show more than 60,000 Iowans, including nearly 1 in 10 black adults, are barred from voting in that state because of a prior felony conviction. Happening today, Republican senators are expected to introduce their proposal for policing changes. The Justice Act calls for an enhanced use of force database, restrictions on chokeholds, and plans for a study on the relationship between law enforcement and race. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott will introduce the bill. He's the GOP's only black senator. Democrats have their own bill on the table for police reform. It's set for a vote in the House next week.
New details this morning in a shooting at a protest in New Mexico. Stephen Baca is now charged with aggravated battery after shooting a protester. According to the criminal complaint, Baca was protecting a statue that protesters wanted to be removed. Undercover police saw Baca pepper spray protesters as he tried to back away from them before being chased by the crowd. That's when the gunshots went off. Cell phone video shows Baca holding a gun. The person who was shot is stable but in critical condition this morning. Previous reports said that a local militia group may have been responsible for the shooting, but the group says Baca is not a member.
A suspect in the shooting deaths of 2 California officers is allegedly linked to an anti-government extremist group known as the Boogaloos. A U.S. attorney says the suspect, Stephen Carrillo, had written Boogaloo phrases with his own blood on a car he stole and used to escape. Carrillo is an Air Force staff sergeant. He's now facing a federal murder charge for the drive-by shooting of an officer in Oakland last month. He's also a suspect in the death of a Santa Cruz deputy earlier this month. Investigators say they believe Carrillo carried out those shootings with a homemade assault rifle.
A new policy in New York City requires the police department to release body camera footage from shootings and instances where force is used and injury or death occur must now be released within 30 days. This also includes the use of stun guns. The videos will be posted on the internet after everyone involved, including civilians, have seen the footage. City Mayor Bill de Blasio says this is good for everyone involved and that body cameras are only as powerful as the transparency that comes with them.
Just about 6:06. That sun already pretty high in the sky this morning, and Hattie's bringing us some more heat too.
Yeah, it is going to warm up a little bit more today, Josh. Feeling more like summer every day. Take a live look from the WISC TV sky camera. So nice to see the light early in the daytime. Sun comes up about 5:15 these days. Take a look at what's happening across the upper Midwest. We've been warming up over the last couple of days, and that trend will continue with winds from the south ushering those warmer temperatures into the area. Large area of high pressure off to our east is really preventing any movement of that front, so we continue with dry conditions here for the Great Lakes. Let's take a look at what's happening across the upper Midwest this morning. With those temperatures, we have 50s for most of Wisconsin, 59 in Eau Claire, Green Bay is at 58, we're at 57 here in Madison. It is noticeably warmer though as you go to the west, 65 in Minneapolis. As you get towards the western side of Minnesota, temperatures are in the 70s right now. And that's where dew points are highest as well. Those 60s confined to the Dakotas and the far western edge of Minnesota. Here in Wisconsin, dew points aren't that bad. They have been inching their way upward, but we're still in the mid-50s right now this morning. Winds from the south are going to keep things on the warm side, but it's not going to allow dew points to climb too much today. Those southerly winds around 10 miles an hour this afternoon are going to keep our dew points in the mid-50s through the rest of the afternoon. So Future Track says that even though it's going to get warm today, it won't feel terribly humid. Temperatures are going to climb pretty quickly already through well into the 60s by 8 o'clock this morning. By lunchtime, we're into the 80s. Sunshine through the afternoon with highs in the mid-80s in most locations. Yesterday's high was 82. Today here in Madison, we'll top at 85. Temperatures will remain in the 70s through the evening, so it will stay quite warm even through those evening hours. Even warmer tomorrow with a high of 87 degrees. Rain chances, though, are going to hold off until Friday. But then we have scattered showers and some thunderstorms in the forecast Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even into Monday of next week. So kind of a extended stretch of unsettled weather.
All right, Hattie, thank you. Developing right now, China and India say they've reached a peaceful agreement to resolve tensions at their Himalayan border after a deadly standoff. China's foreign ministry says both sides are agreeing to smooth things out through talks and consultation to make their border a more peaceful area. 20 members of the Indian military reportedly died after yesterday's standoff. No word from China if they've suffered any casualties. Also developing locally this morning and working to learn more right now about a burglary that turned into a shootout and massive fire near Fort Atkinson. This is a live look at the scene right now. The Jefferson County Sheriff says a deputy responded to a possible burglary call just before 6 last night, right off of County Highway A and Highway 106 in the town of Sumner. Now, when they got there, they say a person shot at the deputy from inside the home. The deputy shot back and took cover before noticing black smoke coming from the home. The Wisconsin Department of Justice is leading that investigation along with the state fire marshal. The sheriff's office tells us it's still an active scene and is asking everyone to avoid the area. They still can't tell us if anyone was arrested in connection to these events, though. I'm continuing to make calls and will update you throughout News 3 Now this morning.
The country's largest utility is pleading guilty to 84 felony counts of involuntary manslaughter stemming from the deadly wildfires in California 2 years ago. Pacific Gas and Electric is acknowledging its neglected equipment set off the 2018 fire that destroyed most of the Northern California town of Paradise. No executives will be charged, so no one will be imprisoned for the crimes. Instead, the company will pay millions in fines.
And let's take a look at your first warn traffic on this Wednesday morning. Things off to a pretty smooth start across town this morning. Looking at Madison right now, just a couple of delays popping up along East Washington Avenue. If you're hopping on the Beltline, though, looks like you're moving at posted speed so far today. That's your first warn traffic.
Just about 6:10 on your Wednesday, and coming up, we're learning new information about the risks of coronavirus infections in our kids.
And the travel industry is continuing to take a hit. We'll tell you what's becoming the new normal when it comes to booking a flight.
Discover unique ways to beautify your garden or yard at Jung Garden Center. And for a limited time, take advantage of Jung Dollar Days and save up to 50% off your merchandise total. Shop daily 10 to 4 for all your garden or yard needs at your local Jung Garden Center.
Get more help with your laundry at the Laundry Cleanup Sale now at the Brothers Maine. Save time and money with the latest in laundry from Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana. Maine means more with free delivery on washer-dryer pairs and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee, so you'll be 100% confident with your purchase. That's why we're the More Store. It's the Laundry Cleanup Sale with more selection, more savings, and more help with your laundry. Only at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
A cleaner home is a healthier home, and now that's more important than ever. New from Stanley Steamer. Kill most bacteria, viruses, and mold in the home or office. We apply an EPA-approved, non-toxic, non-corrosive spray proven to kill most viruses, bacteria, mold, mildew, odors, and allergens that could all be potential health threats. Stanley Steamer leaves your family with a clean house and a healthier home. Call 1-800-STEAMER or StanleySteamer.com.
TSR Concrete Coatings is the nation's largest residential concrete coating company, proudly serving homeowners throughout Wisconsin. Our coatings are 4 times stronger than regular epoxy and won't chip, crack, or peel. They're impact resistant and UV stable. Our unique process begins with a base coat to seal cracks and level the surface, then flakes in the color pattern of your choice. A top coat is applied for a durable finished floor that can be installed in as little as 1 day. Act now to save 15% on your concrete coating project. Ask about 12-month same-as-cash financing. TSR Nation is growing by the day with satisfied customers throughout Wisconsin, and we want you to be a part of it. As a special bonus, call during this program and receive a free TSR swag pack with your concrete coating project. Call 1-800-886-8411. That's 1-800-886-8411.
Lately, we found new ways to support and care for each other. And while every gesture counts, so too does every dollar. That's why American Family Insurance is returning $425 million to our customers. This includes a 10% savings for all current and new auto customers for the rest of the year. We hope this does your world some good and reminds you that supporting your dreams means the world to us. Contact your agent or go to amfam.com to learn about more ways to save.
Discover unique ways to beautify your garden or yard at Jung Garden Center. And for a limited time, take advantage of Jung Dollar Days and save up to 50% off your merchandise total. Shop daily 10 to 4 for all your garden or yard needs at your local Jung Garden Center.
Welcome back at 6:13. I'm tracking some breaking news just into the alert center within the last few minutes here. A Beaver Dam man is in the hospital this morning with life-threatening injuries after a motorcycle crash. It happened just after 11 on State Highway 73 near the town of Westford. The Dodge County Sheriff's Office says a 41-year-old man was taken to UW Hospital by med flight after he hit a deer. The driver was thrown from his bike and hit his head. He was not wearing a helmet at the time. That crash is still under investigation, and alcohol is not believed to be a factor, although a person on a different motorcycle was arrested for drunk driving.
The coronavirus has now killed more Americans than World War I. Johns Hopkins University says in total, more than 118,000 Americans have died from the virus. That's 2,000 more than the war. Here in Wisconsin, state health officials say just over 700 people have died from COVID-19. There were 7 new deaths reported yesterday and almost 300 new cases. About 74% of all positive cases have fully recovered.
The nation's top infectious disease expert says we need to focus our attention on the present instead of looking ahead to a second wave of coronavirus. In a new article article from The Hill, Dr. Anthony Fauci says we're still in the first wave of the virus despite surges in new cases across the country. Dr. Fauci's comments come as both the president and vice president say the increase in cases we're seeing are due to more testing. However, Fauci says that is not true, that the growing number of cases cannot be explained by increased testing. Fauci says the increase in cases is likely because people are taking more risks and not sticking to social distancing guidelines. A new study says kids and teenagers are only half as likely to contract COVID-19 compared to adults 20 and over. The Nature Medicine journal looked at infections from 6 countries to develop mathematic models which they used to find demographic patterns. The Washington Post reports these findings can be used to help make decisions on how schools make plans to reopen in the fall.
A new possible treatment for coronavirus facing some skepticism from doctors here in the U.S. British scientists announced results from a trial of dexamethasone, an anti-inflammatory drug. They say it reduced death rates by almost 30% in the most severely ill COVID-19 patients. They have not, however, published the full details of their study, and others point out the drug is a steroid, which can suppress the immune system, meaning it might not be a suitable treatment for everyone. A woman is recovering this morning after becoming the first coronavirus patient in the U.S. to receive a double lung transplant. On June 5th, Myra Ramirez went through a 10-hour surgery at Northwestern Medicine in Chicago. The day before, doctors had tried to clear her airways but accidentally ruptured her kidney. Her family was told the double transplant was her only chance at survival. Doctors say Ramirez does still have a long road ahead of her, but they expect she'll make a full recovery.
Officials in the president's administration say you can expect to get the coronavirus vaccine for free if you can't afford it once it becomes available. The Department of Health and Human Services says it's narrowed financial support to about 7 companies trying to develop one, down from 14 companies. The goal is to have 300 million doses of a successful vaccine available early next year.
6:16 right now. We'll send it out to the Hattie-O Patio, where Hattie's got a look at a warm forecast today. Getting kind of hot this week, Hads.
Certainly is, Josh. We're warming up a little bit each day as we go through the week. Temperatures are pretty nice outside, though, this morning. Skies are clear. That temperature trend as we go through the end of the month indicates that we may still see at least slightly above normal temperatures going into the end of June. The western part of the United States is looking pretty warm, but there is a noticeably blue spot on that map. Cooler than normal temperatures expected through the mid-Mississippi River Valley and parts of the Ohio River Valley. Kind of an odd pattern, but this is probably why. They are expecting more precipitation in that part of the country, and that rain combined with clouds means less time to warm up. So that's why we're expecting cooler than normal temperatures to our south. We may get a little more precipitation as we head through the end of the week into the upcoming weekend as well. Let's take a look at what's on the map right now. Persistent rain continues in the mid-Atlantic states this morning with showers and some scattered thunderstorms. That cutoff area of low pressure continues to sit and spin there. Cold enough air in the Rockies is still producing some snow across parts of western Wyoming. But here in the Great Lakes, things are quiet and expect to remain quiet for the next couple of days. As you head out the door this morning, you definitely don't need the umbrella. Grab the sunglasses, though. Sun is already up. We're going to warm quickly today as highs reach the middle 80s this afternoon. Dew points will be in the mid to upper 50s, so you may start to notice a little bit of that humidity. More higher humidity means chances for rain upcoming as well. We'll talk about when those raindrops will start to fall here in southern Wisconsin.
All right, Hattie, thank you very much. 6:18 now. The U.S. Department of Justice is officially filing a civil lawsuit against former National Security Advisor John Bolton. The administration wants to prevent the publication of his new memoir called The Room Where It Happened. The lawsuit asks the federal judge to order Bolton to complete the pre-publication review and not disclose classified information without written authorization.
A lawsuit in Tulsa County, Oklahoma is looking to prevent the spread of the coronavirus ahead of an appearance by President Trump. The Trump campaign is holding a rally Saturday at the BOK Center, which holds about 19,000 people. That lawsuit seeks a court order requiring face masks and social distancing during the rally. The president's campaign manager says they will provide masks, temperature checks, and hand sanitizer, though they won't require them. The director of the local health department there says he's concerned about their ability to protect anyone who attends a large indoor event right now, as well as protecting the president. This comes after another lawsuit tried to stop the rally from happening altogether. A judge in Oklahoma just denied that emergency motion. The U.S. ambassador to Mexico says now is not the time to visit. There are great deals on travel there right now, but he warned they're, quote, still experiencing widespread community-based COVID transmission. So we recommend that you postpone your Mexican holiday at this time. Mexico is slowly reopening several sectors of the economy and some areas of tourism, such as Cancun, even though the numbers of COVID-19 cases and deaths are going up every day. A new survey out this morning shows that a lot of us still aren't ready to fly just yet. 45% of people say they plan to fly within 2 months of the pandemic ending. Back in April, that number was 61%. The International Air Transport Association says overall bookings are down 82%. Normally by now, about 14% of tickets for winter flights would already be booked, but the IATA says that is not the case right now. Those who are flying are choosing to wait till it's closer to their departure date.
Your Mile High happy hour might not happen the next time you take to the skies. Several airlines, including Delta and American, are suspending alcohol sales during the pandemic. It's part of airlines' widespread changes to food and drink services to minimize interaction between crew and passengers. The move is limited to domestic flights, so for longer international flights, you will still be able to purchase beer and wine. Amtrak also reducing services because of the pandemic right now and its workforce. Reuters reports Amtrak is preparing to make voluntary buyout packages available for its employees. The company is expecting a staff reduction of up to 20%. And starting October 1st, most of the company's long-run trains will be limited to making trips 3 days a week instead of daily.
Just about 6:21 right now and still ahead for us on this Wednesday morning. I'm tracking the latest from the Korean Peninsula where tensions are rising between the north and south.
Also coming up in our next half hour, we'll show you how a city here in Wisconsin is planning to honor the 155th anniversary of the end of slavery.
Stay with us. Time right now is 6:21. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Get a deal on the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. Get the Kubota BX 2380 for payments as low as $99 a month.
Rogan's Shoes retail stores are now open. When you visit Rogan's, we'll be practicing good social distancing for the protection of all customers and employees. If you would like to limit contact and have curbside pickup, just call your local store to set it up. If you prefer to shop online, Rogan's Shoes would like to remind you our website is open and we are still offering free shipping. Rogan's wants to help by providing you the best solution possible for your family. Selection, service, and savings. That's Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find Wisconsin's largest selection of mountain and fat bicycles from Moots, Giant, Felt, and Trek. Trek has an awesome lineup of cross-country trail, fat, and plus bicycles, great for single-track racing or shredding up some gnarly trails. The place to shop for the world's most beautiful bicycles is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world. Service is included with your Machinery Row bicycle. So many fun things to look at and bicycles to test ride on the bicycle path by the lake at Machinery Row Bicycles.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, US Cellular has your back with the Samsung Galaxy S25G. Free when you switch, plus no activation fees. Stream without disruption, capture and post without restriction, and do it all without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
Feldco season is here, and the signs are all around us. Like free installation on all windows, siding, and doors, and no interest for 1 year. It's time to jump on that home renovation project and free installation all from the comfort of home. That gives you time to make the most of your Feldco season.
Free installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart. Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour. There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
Get a deal on the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. Get the L2501 HST for payments as low as $149 a month.
6:24 your time now. My dear friend Brad sent me in this picture from my hometown of Highland. Just a beautiful, beautiful sight.
Brad knows what he's doing.
Brad knows what he's doing. Highland is just beautiful, though.
It is. When I was out there last Friday, I was just amazed, and I took the long way, took the winding roads to get to Highland and kind of took in the scenery. I think it's absolutely gorgeous over there. Brad did an excellent job of capturing it all. So thanks for sharing that one, Brad. What does your morning look like? We want to see it. Take a picture. Post it on our social media pages. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we'll show our favorites right here on the air.
Trending this morning, here's a sign life might be getting back to normal in some parts of the world this morning. Hong Kong's Disneyland is reopening.
They've been closed now for more than 4 months due to COVID-19. Of course, there will be some changes. People will have to buy their admission tickets online ahead of time before they go. Photo opportunities with Mickey and Minnie Mouse won't be available, but kids can still interact with them, of course, from a distance. Everybody will also have their temperature screened before entering the park, and lines for rides will be socially distant.
Yeah, I know this has got to happen at some point. I'm just not ready to take my kids to an amusement park yet, though.
Josh? Josh is ready to get out. Josh is just sitting in his chair at home like, get me out of here.
So we've talked about this, and I think it's important to remind people, and I posted this on our Facebook page, that we all think differently on these issues, and we just have to respect each other's wishes, and everyone's going to do their own thing. But at the end of the day, all you can do is take care of yourself.
There you go. Well, hey, Hattie, it's a beautiful day to get outside if you're feeling comfortable, if you're feeling safe.
Certainly is. Temperatures are in the 50s this morning. Take a look at this trio. Izzy, Hudson, and Jack in Lake Wisconsin on the boat. Perfect day for a boat ride. Mid-80s with sunshine.
Thanks, Hattie. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
We've got the power. It's deer season at the Power Centers of Madison. John Deere compact utility tractors have the power and versatility to tackle the biggest jobs on your list. Multiple attachments are available, extremely easy to operate, control, and finesse. Make home and garden work fun with John Deere mowers. Mow, mulch, and haul your way to a beautiful yard. Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison. We've got the power!
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Celebrate this 4th of July knowing you look your best with Plexiderm. Lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video that the viewers can watch while you and I talk. And you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. And I did this to my father. We were at home, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It feels great. Looks even better.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. Plexiderm, seriously, it fixes all that. It makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing, or just when you want to like get rid of the bags? And
yeah, it absolutely could be a daily thing. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This 4th of July is the best time to get Plexiderm for $14.95. See it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
Changes put into motion. We're tracking several new developments from City Council overnight when it comes to the Madison Police Department.
And on this Wednesday, temperatures are expected to climb even higher. All the details coming up in just a few minutes.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Hump Day, and thanks for joining us on your Wednesday. Madison City Council is pushing ahead with several decisions that will have an impact on its police department.
And 2 decisions in particular. One that will start the process to form a group to oversee Madison Police. Another that blocked funding for additional less lethal weapons.
Breaking overnight, here's what we're learning out of that meeting. $50,000 in funding is no longer on the table for that equipment. This includes so-called less lethal equipment like projectile launchers, which fire things like sponge bullets. Madison's interim police chief says the equipment would have helped reduce the chances of an officer using deadly force. But many spoke against that resolution, fearing the equipment would be used disproportionately on Black and brown community members. The resolution will still put $7,000 towards a generator project at the East District Station. City leaders are also taking the next steps to create a civilian board that would oversee the Madison Police Department. Christina Laurie is here with more on what this could look like for the community. Hi, Christina.
Hi, Josh. A 3-alder work group will now push the process forward to create a citizen oversight committee for the Madison Police Department. Now, that work group will create ordinances, budget amendments, and identify community organizations who can nominate board members. City leaders will appoint board members from different racial and socioeconomic backgrounds. The board will give input on the police chief and a yet-to-be-hired independent police monitor, and will make recommendations on the use of force and officer discipline procedures. The board will not have the power to directly discipline officers, since that's the responsibility of the city's Police and Fire Commission. The goal, though, is to have the 3-alder group complete their work by August and get the board up and running by this October. And so this is happening pretty quickly, Josh, as you can tell.
Christina Laurie live for us this morning. Christina, thank you.
Protesters once again using city streets as their canvas to promote their message. That message written right here, hard to see, but it says police-free schools. It's right outside of the Madison School District's administrative building on Dayton Street. About a week ago, protesters painted defund police on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard outside the city-county building.
New data just into the newsroom this morning shows Wisconsin law enforcement agencies have more than $45 million in surplus military equipment. That's according to a Journal Sentinel analysis of federal data. It includes nearly $29 million worth of armored vehicles given to 39 agencies across the state. Police departments have about $100,000 worth of shields and non-lethal firing devices, like what the Madison Police Department was hoping to get from City Council.
Live look at the White House this morning. Just a few blocks from here overnight, protesters wrapped up a 36-hour sit-in. It started at 9 o'clock Monday morning. The Freedom Fighters of D.C. camped out at Freedom Plaza, which is right in front of the mayor's office. The group says they want this to bring attention to their demand to defund the Metro Police Department. They also want funds to be reallocated to mental health services, education, and food and housing insecurities.
In Milwaukee, a Juneteenth Day flag will fly over the city building this Friday to commemorate the end of slavery in the U.S. This year, June 19th, will be the 155th anniversary. The Journal Sentinel reports it'll be the first time the flag will be displayed at a city building in Milwaukee. Earlier this week, the county announced June 19th would be a floating holiday for its employees. Harvard joining the growing list of institutions honoring Juneteenth as a holiday. The university is giving all of its faculty and staff a full day of paid time off. Target is also making Juneteenth an annual company holiday, and the state of Virginia is making it a paid state holiday.
In an update to breaking news we've been following all morning on a burglary that turned into a shootout and massive fire near Fort Atkinson. You're taking a live look at that area right now. The Wisconsin State Patrol now tells News 3 Now Highway 106 will be closed until at least noon today as that investigation continues. Troopers won't let our crew any closer to that scene, but we're told it happened right off of County Highway A and Highway 106 in the town of Sumner. Officials have already been here for 12 hours investigating. When a deputy first got there just before 6 last night, a person reportedly shot at the deputy from inside the home. The deputy shot back and took cover before noticing black smoke coming from the home. The sheriff's office is asking everyone to avoid the area this morning. They won't yet tell us if anyone has been arrested in connection to any of these events. Stay with News 3 Now on channel3000.com for updates to that developing story. 6:34 right now. Hattie McLean keeping an eye on that first warn weather this morning. We've already seen a few boats out on the lake.
Yeah, I was looking at, looks like maybe the crew team was out practicing a little bit. The water's pretty nice this morning. We don't have much of a wind, so not too choppy early today. Sunshine today and warmer temperatures. Yesterday, we were about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than where we are right now. Here's our temperature change from the same time yesterday. The actual numbers are in the 50s. We've had some patchy areas of fog, mainly through the river valleys, but you can see Boscobel back up to 3-mile visibility. No other real issues with fog this morning. There's a look at those current temperatures. A couple of 60s on the map. Platteville 62, Monroe is at 63. Everybody else at least in the 50s this morning. The cool spot is Camp Douglas at 52 degrees. Dew points have been steadily increasing, just a couple of degrees every day. We're in the mid-50s right now here in Madison. What does that feel like? Well, we may notice the humidity today. Those dew points will hold steady, generally in the mid to upper 50s as we go through the day today. So maybe notch that humidity scale up just a little bit to noticeable, but you shouldn't have any big problems with humidity today. Here's a look at your future track forecast model. It is showing you a pretty quick warm up today as we head towards the lunch hour. Most spots will already be in the 80s. Lots of sunshine expected and a southerly wind through the day today. Look for high temperatures in the mid 80s, just a couple of degrees warmer than we were yesterday. It'll stay pretty mild through the evening hours as well. Those temperatures slowly dropping back through the 70s. Here's your extended forecast. It is even warmer tomorrow, high of 87 degrees. Our chances for rain are going to hold off until early on Friday, but then scattered showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast through the weekend right into Monday of next week. Summer, of course, officially starts on Saturday.
All right, Hattie, thank you. I'm tracking new developments out of the Korean Peninsula this morning. These are new images just into the newsroom of the explosion at a liaison office in Kaesong. The move from the north is having a major impact on the nation's relationship right now. South Korea's Minister of Unification is resigning, taking responsibility for the worsening relations. Meanwhile, the country now says it will no longer accept unreasonable behavior by the North. That's according to Reuters. I'm also keeping an eye on a developing situation in China right now, where the Chinese capital is canceling more than 60% of its commercial flights this morning. This comes as the nation raises its alert level during its latest coronavirus outbreak. State media there report more than 1,200 flights from the capital's 2 major airports are now scrapped. The country has seen nearly 200 new cases within the past few days, but no deaths. The situation is changing, and we'll keep you updated here this morning as we learn more.
We're hoping to continue the upward trend of coronavirus recoveries across the state today. The latest data from DHS shows 74% of more than 2,300 confirmed cases have recovered. We're also still sitting below the 3% mark for positive new cases. We haven't gone above 4% since June 4th. Now that we're in phase 2 of reopening in Dane County, health officials want to remind you to continue washing your hands, social distancing, and following common sense precautions to continue the trend.
The coronavirus is exposing vulnerabilities in Wisconsin's healthcare systems, especially when it comes to caretakers and people with disabilities. NPR surveyed 500 Wisconsinites with disabilities and older adults. Every single respondent said the pandemic has disrupted their caregiving service. Before the pandemic, a report described a crisis in the caregiving field, but now clients and caregivers are dealing with even more hurdles. With protective equipment still hard to come by, some caregivers have simply quit.
New this morning, the United States is falling in the ranks from 3rd to 10th for most competitive country in the world. That's according to the research group IMD World Competitiveness Center. America is now behind countries including Canada, Denmark, and Sweden. The annual rankings measure global economies and their ability to generate prosperity. The center ranked 63 countries in total. The U.S. dropped last year as well, going from 1st to 3rd. The center says trade wars were a key factor in dropping the U.S. and China. China dropped 20th, down from 14th last year. Well, it's been a tough year for a lot of us in one way or another, and now there's some data to back that up.
A COVID response tracking study out of the University of Chicago finds just 14% of adults say they're very happy. That's down from 31% who said the same in 2018. That year, 23% said they'd felt isolated recently. Now it's up to half. The survey took place in late May. It's been done every other year since 1972, and it's the first time ever this year when less than 29% of Americans called themselves happy.
Yeah, well, I would have assumed those numbers were low, not quite that low. So I think this speaks to the bigger story happening right now across the country.
Not a surprising statistic, but still hard to see.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're right. All right, Josh, hopefully you've got something to cheer us up this morning, maybe?
Yeah, traffic is looking good so far today, guys. So if you are headed out to work, if you are an essential employee or back at the office, there's some good news. No crashes to report across town. Looks like a few slowdowns as you head in from the northwest on Highway 12 into Madison. Other than that, nothing really happening as far as downtown goes. Rock County looking good, too. There's your drive times on the major highways, moving at those posted speeds. Always good news to start off the day. Let's take a live look outside at 6:40. Look at that sunshine. That's a way to wake up right there, make you smile. And if you're looking for some more summer-like weather, Hattie's got more good news coming for you up next.
Plus, this isn't your average traffic stop. We're going to explain what's going on in this brand new video that's coming up once News 3 Now This Morning returns.
Sale of the summer is on now at Ashley Home Store. We've transferred hundreds of clearance items from our warehouse to our store to save you up to 90% off for this massive blowout event. Bring your truck and trailer for immediate pickup or delivery. These deals are too hot to miss. Ashley Home Store.
What do you think of when you hear custom built in the USA? Superior quality, skilled craftsmanship, built to last? At Renewal by Andersen, our windows are custom built in the USA. That's something each and every one of us is proud of. We're proud of what we do, and we're proud of where we do it. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
Gobin Cars Grand Opening Sale, beautiful Middleton. 2017 Nissan Sentras, Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
That's right. Buy 2017 Nissan Sentras and Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
Gobin Cars is selling 2018 Kia Fortes for only $89.95 or $149 per month.
Hurry in today and just ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Gobin.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
The sale of the summer is on now at Ashley Home Store. Who says you have to pay thousands for one-of-a-kind furniture? Show your style with a custom sofa, now just $7.99 and ready for delivery in 3 weeks. Only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
No matter what the color of your skin is, we all have to be part of this.
It is a time that we hear people out who are offering up solutions that can lead to change.
We are spending a lot of time right now listening so we can better do our job. So we can better amplify your voices, tell your stories, and hopefully build a better tomorrow, a better city for all of us.
2020 may not just be the year that everything was canceled. It may end up being the most important year yet.
We're back. A snapping turtle is the star of our favorite video of the morning. It's got another shot at life after 2 Madison police officers moved it off the roadway.
It's going to be your favorite story in the morning, too. Take a look at this new video just into the newsroom. An officer pulled up to Industrial Drive last Tuesday and found the turtle hanging out in the road. The turtle's shell seemed to be freshly scraped, so the officer thinks a passing vehicle might have hit it. When she tried to push the turtle off the road with her baton, it turned toward her and started snapping at her. The officer also tried sliding it onto a plastic sheet to drag it off, but the turtle's claws tore up the sheet. She didn't stop, though. She had to call him back up in the end and ended up lifting the turtle with 2 hands above its rear legs so she wouldn't get bit, and then moved it off the road that way. The officers named it Snappy the Southside Turtle.
Oh, Snappy.
There's not a lot to say. It's just like the little waddling
Can you
turtle.
imagine calling for backup, though? Like, hey, guys, I need backup. What do you need backup for? We've got a turtle we need to move.
A snapping turtle. That's a serious danger.
Oh, my. Yeah, that video will probably be in that officer's memory for the rest of their life there.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a story.
Yeah, after saving a species, the world's most famous tortoise is calling it quits, guys. You might remember Diego. He's the 100-year-old tortoise responsible for bringing 800 baby tortoises into the world, saving the species. When scientists first brought him to the Galapagos Islands a few decades ago, there were just 2 males and 12 females of his species alive on the island. Well, Diego helped boost the population to over 2,000. He's believed to be the dad to 40% of the population there. Popular guy. Diego lived in San Diego Zoo before being moved to the Galapagos. He's now retiring on an uninhabited island. I can't get over this video, guys. Off the coast of Ecuador, along with 14 other tortoises.
Here's a live look at my next hiking trip. Zach's gonna strap me to his back, and I just can't.
Is that what happens when you get too tired when you're out hiking? Zach just like straps you onto his back.
When I get grumpy, I just like...
Hey, Leah, if you want me to go camping, I know how.
That's the only way we will ever get Josh out on a camping trip.
You would literally have to drag me out to that campsite.
Tie you to my back, and then maybe you'll come with me. That's hilarious.
Oh, my. We've got Snappy and Diego today.
Great.
All right.
Great video.
Yeah, turtles galore. All right, Hattie McLean, what do we got today?
Well, we have lots of sunshine in our forecast and warmer than normal temperatures. Temperatures should top right around 80. We'll be a little bit above that this afternoon. We are in the 50s and low 60s this morning, 57 here in Madison. Take a look at our temperatures over the next 12 hours. We have highs in the mid-80s later on this afternoon. It's going to be a pretty fast warm-up. We'll keep that sunshine all day today. We do have chances for rain in the forecast. They're going to hold off until the end of the week, though. Friday morning, look for some showers and thunderstorms to be moving into the area. They'll spread across southern Wisconsin. Pretty good bet that that rain chance will continue on and off into Saturday and even Sunday as well. So if you have outdoor plans this weekend, may need to have some backup plans just in case it rains.
All right, thanks, Hattie. Coming up in the morning sprint, 28,000 of a summertime staple are up for grabs this morning, and they are free. Coming up, we'll tell you how you can get your hands on a healthy treat today.
It is 6:47. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger.
Green Tag is on now at Sloan Implement. Get a John Deere 3 Family Series tractor. Get 0% for 84 months or $270 per month on a John Deere 3033R with loader. Who says a day's work has to take all day?
Powered up with Sloan.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value price softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Bathing safety is essential. So-called Mad City Baths for high-quality, easy-access bath and shower designs installed in as little as 1 day. From walk-in and barrier-free showers to walk-in tubs with microban protection to prevent the growth of bacteria, mold, and mildew. Premium wall patterns like Canyon Rock, Sierra Sand, and more. Mad City Baths is Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. Call now during our summer spectacular sale. Get a new bath or shower for only $49.95. Ask about 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. And call during this program for a free $100 Walmart or Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Now offering flexible installation schedules and virtual online estimates. Throughout Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. Be sure to ask about Mad City's Do More discount. Get additional savings on new windows and kitchen upgrades. We're going to put a great product in your home, like our durable one-day bath and shower systems. See the before and after difference? We have thousands of satisfied customers.
I'd rate Mad City baths 10 out of 10 because of how easy they were to work with, how professional their salespeople and their installers were, and then the quality of the finished product.
Be sure to take advantage of the savings during our summer spectacular sale. Get a new bath or shower for only $49.95. Ask about 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. And call during this program for a free $100 Walmart or Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Now offering virtual online estimates. Call 608-729-4466.
Now, first in Surgenian's 90-year history, we're offering Carestan at 30% off, up to $1,000 in rebates and 18-month financing. Enjoy a safe shopping experience and price reductions, cash rebates, and special financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
Green Tag is on now at Sloan Implement. Get a John Deere 3 Family Series tractor. Get 0% for 84 months or $270 per month on a John Deere 3033R with loader. Who says a day's work has to take all day?
Powered up with Sloan.
When you think Honda, think Wild Easttown Honda in Madison.
6:50, time for the morning sprint.
We start with breaking news overnight out of Madison City Council meeting. $50,000 in funding is no longer on the table for additional weapons for the Madison Police Department. This includes so-called less lethal equipment like projectile launchers, which fire things like sponge bullets. Madison's interim police chief says the equipment would have helped reduce the chances of an officer using deadly force, but many spoke against the resolution, fearing the equipment would be used disproportionately on black and brown community members. The resolution will still put $75,000 toward a generator project at the East District Station.
The council will also help create a citizen oversight committee for the police department. That resolution passed overnight as well. A 3-alder work group will create ordinances, budget amendments, and identify community organizations who can nominate board members. The board would also give input on the police chief, along with a yet-to-be-hired independent police monitor, and it'll make recommendations on use of force and officer discipline. The board will not have the power to directly discipline officers, since that's the responsibility of the city's Police and Fire Commission.
New data shows Wisconsin law enforcement agencies have more than $45 million in surplus military equipment. That's according to a Journal Sentinel analysis of federal data. This includes nearly $29 million worth of armored vehicles given to 39 agencies across the state. Police departments have about $100,000 worth of shields and non-lethal firing devices, like what the Madison Police Department was hoping to get from the Common Council last night.
A Juneteenth Day flag will fly over the city of Milwaukee's building on Friday, and county workers will receive a floating holiday to commemorate the end of slavery in the U.S. Harvard also joining the growing list of institutions honoring Juneteenth as a holiday. The university is giving all faculty and staff a full day of paid time off. Target is making Juneteenth an annual company holiday as well, and the state of Virginia is making it a paid state holiday.
You're taking a live look at a scene of a burglary that turned into a shootout and massive fire near Fort Atkinson. The Wisconsin State Patrol tells us Highway 106 will be closed until at least noon today as that investigation continues. Our crew has seen them turning drivers away this morning. The actual scene is right off of County Highway A and Highway 106 in the town of Sumner. That's where a person reportedly shot at the deputy from inside the home. The deputy shot back and took cover before noticing black smoke coming from that home. They won't tell us if anyone has been arrested in connection to these events.
New developments out of the Korean Peninsula this morning. Here is a look at some new images from overnight of an explosion at a liaison office in Kaesong. The move from the north is having a major impact on the nation's relationship this morning. South Korea's Minister of Unifications is now resigning, taking responsibility for the worsening relations. Meanwhile, the country now says it'll no longer accept unreasonable behavior by the North. That's according to Reuters.
The Chinese capital is canceling more than 60% of its commercial flights this morning. This comes as that country raises its alert level during its latest coronavirus outbreak. State media there reports more than 1,200 flights from the capital's 2 major airports are now scrapped. The country has seen 200 new cases within the past few days, though no new deaths.
We're hoping to continue the upward trend of coronavirus recoveries across the state today. The latest data from DHS shows 74% of more than 2,300 confirmed cases have recovered. We're also still sitting below the 3% of positive new case mark. We haven't gone above 4% since June 4th.
Civil rights groups are suing the Small Business Administration over its Paycheck Protection Plan. The program's policy excludes owners with a criminal history from applying for a low-interest loan. The ACLU and other groups are asking a Maryland judge to get rid of the exclusion.
New this half hour, the Wall Street Journal reports the Justice Department could roll back legal protections for social media platforms as soon as today. The move comes a few weeks after President Trump signed an executive order looking to do something similar. The president's order allows regulators to claim internet companies are censoring free speech when deleting posts or accounts. The protections have been used for 2 decades.
While the U.S. Army is launching its first virtual hiring campaign, the goal is to recruit 10,000 new soldiers to serve in 150 different occupations. Their website says those who enlist could get an extra $2,000 bonus or a 4-year scholarship. You must be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident between the age of 17 and 34 to enlist. The application period ends July 2nd. Olbrich's Outdoor Gardens will open today with limited hours between noon and 6 in the evening. It will be open to the public from Tuesday through Sunday, and Mondays will be members only. Because of limitations for social distancing, the blooming butterflies and the home garden tour are canceled for the rest of the year. The gift shop, along with the library, learning center, and Bowles Conservatory, will also be closed to the public until comprehensive reopening plans are made.
More than 28,000 free peaches are up for grabs today. Yep, you heard that right. 3 Hy-Vee stores in our area are participating. The locations on East Wash, Whitney Way, and McKee. The first 470 customers at each store will get 20 peaches from SunWest Fruit Company. Hy-Vee and the Fruit Company say the goal here, to give people more access to high-quality produce during the pandemic.
Final look at traffic on this Wednesday morning. Things looking pretty smooth out there on the roadways. Look at Madison right now. No crashes to report. A couple delays popping up on the Beltline near Stoughton Road. East Washington Avenue looking good this half hour. That's your First Warn traffic.
And your First Warn weather forecast starts with clear skies. You'll definitely need the sunglasses today. We have sunshine in our forecast. High temperatures are going to reach the low to mid 80s across southern Wisconsin. We're looking at heat index forecasts. They'll be pretty close to the actual air temperature, so no huge issues with humidity today. High temperature trend is going to be at or above normal for the next 10 days. We do have some rain coming into the area Friday and for the upcoming weekend, but temperatures stay in the 80s.
All right, thank you very much, Hattie, and thanks for joining us on your Wednesday, folks. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The 17th Annual Madison Area Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns, featuring newly constructed homes in 5 of Dane County's most sought-after neighborhoods. The newest trends, tech, and designs. Visit MadisonParadeOfHomes.com for more information.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry. With honesty you can trust to deliver quality products and workmanship, dedicated to being the best. RHD Plumbing now offers complete bathroom and kitchen remodeling, the best plumbers, and everything else you need to finish your dream project. For your home or business, get the job done right the first time with no surprises with the reliable, honest, and dedicated plumbing professionals of RHD Plumbing, proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
I'm here. Auntie's here. Hey, Mom and Dad here.
Scout's here.